guys, it's Maddie. I'm back, and I know it's been a little while, it's been like a week, but I'm not going to give you excuses. I've been at school, so I kind of haven't felt like it either. And I hope you guys don't take it personally. It's not that. It's just, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately. So, I did post 2 videos early today. This video is probably going to go on tonight also, or today, whatever. You know when you're watching it. So yeah, I wanted to talk about my 50 books in a year thing. I want to talk a little bit about some exercise stuff and my school stuff. Let me get something real quick. Okay. Sorry. Okay. This is a girl talk now. First, I'm going to talk about my 50 books in a year and show you 2 books that I've read already. Oh, and I told you about what book was that? The Hot X Algebra Exposed book. I'm still liking that book, except in the front it tells you what different ways to use the book, and I decided to use it more like if I'm going through problems or if I'm doing schoolwork and I find a problem that I just, use it as a reference guide, almost like a textbook, rather than reading it straight through, because it's kind of difficult to read all the way straight through a math book. So anyway, 2 books that I have read, cover to cover. This book, which is by Genevieve Antoine Derriot. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but you can see it. A Guide to Elegance. And it's kind of like a dictionary of how to dress like really proper and ladylike, and I like that stuff. I'm really girly and stuff like that, so I love things like that. And this other book I got was the Bombshell Manual of Style. A really cute book. I have a lot of lifestyle stuff, and it's just a cute book. It's inspired by, Marilyn Monroe, all the classic bombshells, Brigitte Bardot, Kim Novak, Sophia Loren, blah, 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 all these people. So this is a really fun book to read. Oh, and it's illustrated by Ruben Toledo, the same guy who illustrates the Nina Garcia books. And so, let me find a really pretty picture. So they're just, like, really beautifully illustrated and stuff. So yeah, I've already completed 2 books, so I will keep reading, obviously. Oh, I guess I can tell you what I'm reading next. Right now I am reading How to Be a Lady, and I am reading, which this is a book that I keep in my school bag, The Shoe Jimmy Choo, The Modern Girl's Guide to Spending Less and Saving More. So I love that too. That's what I'm reading right now. Now, lighting's different because my lamp blew out, so I have to get another light bulb for that. I just haven't done it yet. I'm going to talk about some lifestyle stuff, some health stuff. So, I don't think you guys need a ton of stuff to be healthy and blah blah blah. Excuse me. I've seen some people's videos, and they have these giant hauls of all this really cute athletic wear, which I think is all well and good, but everybody can't spend a ton of money on that stuff. So I just got the basics, which are some tennis shoes, some walking shoes. These are Susan G. Komen New Balance Race for a Cure walking tennis shoes. And of course they're pink because I'm just like that. And a note about these, they were $60 and they were from DSW, but I had a $10 off coupon, so they were a lot less expensive than they would have been. $10 less expensive. I don't know, I said a lot. Then I got a little mat. This one was actually just in my house, so I just checked around my house for several things. I also got these little 5-pound weights from my basement, and that's where I got this too. So check around your house, ask your parents or ask whoever you live with if they know, if they have anything, those things. I think that those are the only things that are really important. Now, some fun things to get. I definitely say if you're going to do it, some reading material could be fun. Not only fun, but you just learning about your body and learning different ways to eat and stuff like that. 2 books I'd recommend is Eat This, Not That. They have a whole series of books. I like this one because it's a 2011 edition, and it just has a ton of different stuff. A lot about eating out and grocery store shopping and eating prepared food and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend this book. Another book that I recommend that I haven't gotten yet, but I read it this summer and I want to buy it because I read it at the bookstore. It's called The Kind Diet, and it's by Alicia Silverstone, and it's not a diet. And she explains why she has that on the cover, blah, blah, blah. But it's a really good book, and it's a nice approach to food. It's, you know, not like, oh, you're fat and ugly and horrible and you shouldn't, you know, it's not mean or like a nasty, you know, negative book. It's a really positive book, empowering, just helps you think about food in a different way. She does talk a lot about vegan, because she's a vegan, so she talks about a lot of vegan diet and, you know, food and stuff, and she's got a lot of recipes, but that's really cool. And she doesn't say, you know, you have to be a vegan or you're, you know, you're a terrible person, you're unhealthy, but she just talks about, like, the process and stuff like that. So a few other things I would say that I like are workout tapes, because you can't always get outside. Sometimes you don't want to go outside if it's really yucky, blah, blah, blah. So I have 4 DVDs. And this first one is the Totally Fit with Mel B, Scary Spice, for those of you guys who don't know her real name. And this one's cool because it has like a full workout. It has a warm-up, cardio, advanced cardio, arms, legs, bums, tums, cool down, and then she talks a little about nutrition in the back. So this is a really cool DVD. And so it's a full workout, so you can just go through, do this whole video, and you've done your workout for the day. Then I have this AM PM yoga, and this is just for relaxing me, because sometimes it's hard for me to go to sleep at night, and I have to wake up really early for school. So I love this. This really worked. I have never done yoga before, and I was like, wow, but I always wanted to try it, and I felt really relaxed. Now, I have not tried, you see it's still in the package, the Yoga for Stress Relief. I'm saving this for when it's exam time, because I get stressed out really easily. So I got this for stress relief, and it has like 20 routines, and a talk with the Dalai Lama on how to meditate. So, and then I got Marissa Tomei Core and Curves. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I haven't tried this one yet. You know when you like see something and you just like feel defeated before you even try it? That's kind of how I feel about this DVD, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna tell you guys about it. So, another thing is I set a goal for myself of walking at least 3 times a week. So you don't have to go in. Sometimes it's hard, and you almost end up failing if you go in too strong. Like, I'm going to work out 8 days a week, blah, blah, blah. And I know there are not 8 days in a week, but when you say 8 days a week, that means you exercise twice in one day. So, yeah. So I say I'm starting out with 3. You guys, if you feel like you're more comfortable doing 5, great. But I wouldn't do, like, if you're not doing any exercise and you just go into super strenuous exercise, I don't think that's a good idea. So, and what I've read says it's not a good idea. Another thing, water, guys. I keep talking to you guys about water. It's really important, and I've been doing pretty good on my water. I haven't done 8 glasses a day, but I've been making sure that I at least drink water with every meal. At least 1 to 2 glasses with every meal. So, water. And a headscarf. This is for you guys with relaxed hair or color-treated hair and stuff like that. Or if you have naturally curly hair, putting a scarf on your hair can help it from you getting really sweaty and your roots kind of from frizzing up and getting really like sweaty, especially if you don't like to wash your hair a lot. A scarf can help. So, just for you guys to know. Now I'm going to talk about, let me see where I am time-wise. Okay, sorry. School stuff. So, I'm going to show you guys what somebody asked to see what I have for school and stuff like that, and how I'm staying organized for the semester. So, I'm going to tell you guys. So first, I have this little weekly planner right here. It's by Sarah Pinto. I got it off of Amazon.com. It was expensive, and I'm really mad that, because I thought it was like a full-size one. It was like $20, but I thought it was like a big one. But it ended up being this little thing, and so I just decided to keep it. But, you know, I suggest a weekly planner, so you can write down every day, like, okay, this is what I have, this is what these things are due on this day, and you look at your calendar. And then what I do at the beginning of every day, and this is usually in my first class, you know, or when I'm waiting for my first class to start, I make a little list of all the homework assignments I need to get done tonight. So for me, I need to read, well, this first thing I don't need to do, but there's this book that I bought about getting good grades in college, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to read some of that tonight. Read Sunny's Blues for literature, do my math homework, read for sociology, pick topic for my book review, read world history book, and finish English vocabulary. So, oops, something fell out there, but yeah, so that's my little list right there, and that's what I would do every day, so you know everything you have to do, and you don't have to keep looking back at something. So, that's one of my first things. So this is for like time management skills. And then another thing I did was I created like a schedule for me for during the day. So what I do, like when do I separate my homework time, when do I make time for exercise, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about textbooks because this is one of the most difficult things. Now, my school gives you like $1,000 book allowance. I like to have my books, I like to make sure I have the right books. I like to make sure I have books. I just like to be like extra sure that I have everything I need. So, I always get my books from the school bookstore. I know this is terrible. Now, there are websites you can rent from. I know Chegg is an excellent website to rent books from and buy used books from, so I definitely recommend that, but I've never used those services before because my school gives so much money for you to just buy your books, so I just figure, I might as well just, you know, because they won't let you use the money for anything else. I mean, you can get food from the cafeteria, but it's gross anyway, so I just spend the money in the bookstore, and, yeah, so I got, my literature book, my world history book, my Society the Basics book, my film book, and my giant map book is on the floor somewhere and I don't feel like getting it out. One thing I do have to say, ask your teacher if you need to carry your book every day to class, because most days I don't. I don't think that's a good idea. First of all that weight, because I don't have a backpack. I like to carry my books on my shoulder because I think a backpack just, I already look young, and when I carry a backpack, I look extra young, so I just don't like doing that. So I carry a bag instead. But still, it's kind of a pain in the ass to carry like 4 giant books or, you know, 3 giant books, because one day I have 3 classes in a row. So what I do is I just carry 1 book at a time. Or I make sure to ask the teachers, like, what books do I need? Well, I need my book next class period, blah, blah, blah. So, that's all I have to say about textbooks. And the other good thing about if you buy them rather than rent them, you can mark in them. And I like to mark in my books. Another thing is if you buy them, you can always sell them back. And I always sell my books back from my school bookstore, and they give you back 50% of what you paid for it. So, I spent about $600 on all my books, so that's $300 in my pocket, which is pretty awesome. And it wasn't my money in the first place, so, okay. Now, another thing I do for math is I don't carry a giant notebook for math, and I don't like my binders for math. I do, is this the right, no, it's the wrong binder, okay. This is my Monday, Wednesday binder. As you can see, it says Monday, Wednesday, and has math, science, and English. And I know it looks kind of juvenile, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm not thinking clearly. Like, I don't have a little checklist in my head, so I have to have everything clearly marked. This is what I need. I pack my bag at night, so I have this like this so I can just grab it and go. I know what it is. So, what I did was, this is what my binder looks like. I have it in sections. The first section is my math, kind of my math section is, this is my syllabus for the math. A lot of the math work is done online, so I don't have a lot of stuff in my binder. I don't have a lot of homework, except for online homework, so I don't print stuff out. So what I do is I have a little section here with some paper in it, but mostly what I do is write down my, oops, sorry, boobs, for math class. I just put my notes in a little notebook like this. And you can see, there's my math notebook notes. Remember, always bring a pencil to math class because it's really not a good idea to use pen in math. Now, after I put the syllabus there, the next thing I do after I get all my syllabi, is I get a calendar. I have a giant wall calendar somewhere here in my room. Oh, right here on my desk. Duh. With, and I just write down all the dates, all the due dates, and I look at it every day, and I put all those things on my list for the day. So, let's go to the next section, and this section is for English. Now, we do a lot of research in my English class, not a ton of notes because we have the literature book. And we write a lot of paper, so I don't really need like a full binder section with all that. I have a little bit of paper in the back just for, you know, jottings, notes, and in-class assignments. I use these pockets here because the binders have like one pocket here and then one pocket right above, so I put, you know, handouts and things right there. And then I also have these sleeves right here that I keep the syllabi in, which I think is a really good idea to get these sleeves because, you see what I'm saying, these little plastic sleeves, because they protect all of your stuff and your syllabi won't like rip out of your notebook, which sucks to lose something because it ripped out of your notebook. So, next I have this section. Oh, and I use this pocket right here. This first pocket of my dividers for English stuff because my English section is like right here. So I've really been watching the Feathered Owl. I'm pretty sure that's her name. I'm terrible with people's YouTube names, but the Feathered Owl, I've been watching her YouTube videos, and she has all of these like organizational videos, and she is so amazing. Like all these little tips she has, I'm like, oh my god, how do people come up with this? But she's amazing, and she totally helped me like come up with ideas to get organized for my for school. So definitely check out her videos. She has got a lot of organizational stuff on her channel. Now I have sociology, which has like a full section. So I have them tabbed. Let's see. They're little dividers, and this one says syllabus, then assignments and exams, and then readings. Now the thing about this, about my school, is they have this program called iCollege, which has everything there for you that you need for a class. Like teachers put stuff up there, extra readings for you to do, all this stuff that you might need for the class. And what I did was I went on there and I printed everything out. Everything that was up there, I printed it all out so I could ask her questions about it, blah, blah, blah. I put it all here in the binder and I separated it all like this. I know like it's healthy for the environment to, you know, save paper and stuff like that, but if I want to get good grades in school, I need things to be like, I need a hard copy of things. I can't do the internet thing. So yeah, that's what I did, and then I have a little bit of paper in the back for it. And so that's my binder for that those classes. And then I have this binder, which is my world history and film binder, and I have it on the side too. Tuesday, Thursday. And this is my schedule right here. Sometimes schools want you to sign contracts. I suggest you do it all ahead of time. My world history teacher said if you don't get the contract into him, you won't be able to take the first quiz until you get it in. So I just always thought that you should just get it, all that stuff you can, all the easy stuff, get it over with at the beginning so you don't have to worry about it later. Then once again, I put my syllabus in a little sleeve right here. And now you get into my world history section. And my teacher for world history is really tough. He's kind of a jackass, so I'm just being honest. I know it sounds mean, but it's true. And so I put my thing here, and then I just have all these things tabbed. He gives you outlines for every chapter, every day. It's just really good the way he has it. Like, he has all this information for you online. So I printed it out once again. I put dividers in it, and that's how I keep all my stuff. Another tip, my last tip for you guys, is to go to ratemyprofessors.com and find out how your professors were rated. That's a great website, and students can give you insight on how to pass their class, what things they really hate. Like, one of the things that they said on ratemyprofessor.com from my world history teacher is that he hates being late. So I always, because during the time that class is, there's always really bad traffic here in Atlanta. So I always make sure I get up like an hour and a half before I need to go. I get out of the house at least an hour before I need to be there, just to be sure, because those little things like that that teachers really have a problem with can sometimes really affect your grade, whether they say it or not. So definitely be mindful of that, you guys. And if you want any other advice, and I was thinking about doing a video about how to deal with difficult teachers. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!